Hello and welcome to Fast Horses Today for Friday. This is the start of the race week over at Del Mar. It is November 7th. Good race card here to start off the week this Friday. The first post time is 12:30 Pacific, so 2:30 here in the Central Time Zone. Got a couple win bets here that I want to make throughout the card, so let's get started at Del Mar. We're going to start out in the first race. First race does start at, as I mentioned, 12:30 Pacific, so that's 2:30 here Central Time. And the first race is a maiden special weight, California bred maiden special weight, and they're going 5 furlongs on the grass, so grass sprinting. These are fillies, 3-year-olds and up. I've got a win bet here who could be a good price here, and that being the 3-horse, Pure Chaos. Now, Pure Chaos, trained by James Cassidy. Today, Pure Chaos, she's ridden by Tyler Bays. And, I've talked about this horse a couple times. I've been on this horse a couple times, and she's been disappointing us, in her 4-start career. So I'm going to go with her here this last time here. I like the change that they've made. They made a couple changes with her. They're putting her in a short race. She had been running 2-turn races in her career on the turf, so they're running her short. They're putting Tyler Bays on the horse as well. Mike Smith had ridden the horse, in her 4-start career. But I like to switch to Bays for the turf sprint. In this horse's races, looked like Smith was having a hard time riding her. She was just a tough horse to ride. She didn't seem to be wanted to be rated. She had gone out for the lead in these 2-turn races and, was involved with some fast fractions. So I feel like, they were kind of, it was kind of a fight there, and it didn't work out. As you see, her finishes have not been good. But I like the shortening up to 5 furlongs. I think her workouts look good here for Cassidy, and the shorten up here, maybe it's just, okay, it's go time, Tyler. Go ahead and go. Let's see her natural speed. Now, this horse is by the mare Pure, who has dropped some nice Calbred winners, in her career. So that's why I like this horse here. And we're going to see. We're going to give Pure Chaos one more chance here in this turf sprint. I think, she can get the lead and, show that she can run. She'll have to deal with a couple horses here in this race, being the 5-horse Tiger of the Sea. This horse has certainly shown some good speed herself. They're taking the blinkers off Tiger of the Sea, so we'll see. I don't know if something happened in that last race with Tiger of the Sea where the horse had a clear lead and just completely coughed it up. So I don't know what that was all about. But anyway, I'm going to make the win bet on the 3-horse Pure Chaos to start off the card in the first race. So the next race we're going to play, we're going to skip over the next several. We're going to go over to the 6th race of the day. 6th race is a mile on the dirt. It's a maiden 32,000 claiming race. These are 2-year-olds. So, there's young horses here. Connections have kind of figured out what these horses are not going to be. So they're putting them in this race. And this might be your future claimers and, hopefully have, some long-time runners here on the circuit here in California. I'm going to take a shot with a price here in this race, that being the 2-horse, Kilmer. This horse comes out of the O.J. Harigi barn. Hector Barrios takes the call here. Now, this horse has had one start here over at Santa Anita. It was on the 6-furlong grass course, that flat grass course, and he ran an open maiden special weight race. Now, the horse ended up coming 9th out of 11, so you look on paper, you say, it wasn't a good race. It wasn't as bad as what it looks on paper. The horse showed a little bit of ability, and probably in a race like this, all you need is a little bit of ability. So I like the last 2 works this horse has shown, some very fast works, that being on the Santa Anita training track, which that's a synthetic track. And you see some fast workouts coming off that synthetic track in the mornings there. So this horse, having, 2 bullet works, they're putting this horse in here. I think this horse can show speed. And as we've seen in these lower level races, whether they be maiden lower levels or even, with winners, the speed really is good, especially on these 2-turn races. A horse can get out there and just keep going, and horses just don't pass. So I can see Kilmer doing that. Kilmer 6-1. Don't know if we're going to get 6-1 on Kilmer, but we're going to make a win bet on the 2-horse, Kilmer, in the 6th race. We're going to go against a couple other short price favorites in that race. That being one, I know the 5-horse Flashy Fritz probably will be the favorite in the race, coming out of the Steve Miotti barn, having a second place finish last time. I just don't know how much stock I put in a race like that. That was a very slow race. They ran 140 and 4, and he couldn't hold on. So I don't know. I'm playing this 2-horse here, seeing that I think the horse can get out to the lead, have a nice forward position or on the lead. We're going to see, and I think could hold off the rest of the field here and probably a stagger fest home. Now we're going to go to the next race of the day I'm going to play here, that being the 7th race. This is another 5-furlong grass sprint. These are California allowance horses. These are 3-year-olds and up. Again, non-winner of one, or there's an option to claim for $20,000. So there are a couple horses in there with that claiming price. Now I have a win bet I'm going to make here. That being on the 3-horse Titanic Thompson. Now you might recall we had Titanic Thompson on the card last time. It was a heartbreaker. The horse was 9-1. Was running a nice race. Ended up getting beat, right near the wire over at Santa Anita on a 6-furlong flat grass race. But I think, interestingly enough, Titanic Thompson has not been on the Del Mar grass course. So this will be the first time Titanic Thompson gets to run on the grass at Del Mar. I think this horse will certainly like it. This horse is, 3 out of 3 in the money on the turf, including a win. So a win, a second, and a third. So Titanic Thompson certainly likes the lawn. And I think this horse will really like this 5-furlong configuration. Now, the question probably will be, we're going to leave the connections to figure that one out, is, what Titanic Thompson is going to do with the horse inside of him being and the Omen the Brave. And Omen the Brave is a fast horse himself, has definitely shown speed at these 5-furlong grass races. Comes off a very dull effort. So I don't know what happened there in that race, not sure, but I've liked Titanic Thompson in his last couple starts. I think this horse runs with a lot of energy, does show a lot of speed. I'm going to, just trust Ayuso knows what to do with this horse. Ayuso, I thought, rode the horse pretty well last time, even though we got beat near the wire. I don't think he did anything wrong. So I think Titanic Thompson's worth another go here. So we'll make a win bet in the 7th race on the 3-horse Titanic Thompson. All right, now let's recap the day and recap the bets. Okay, so to start out the week over at Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf, we've got 3 win bets here to start the week on Friday, November 7th. First race, we're going to bet the 3-horse, Pure Chaos. 6th race, the 2-horse, Kilmer. 7th race, the 3-horse, Titanic Thompson. So those 3 win bets are what I'm going to do. If you want to make those win bets, I wish you the best of luck. If you want to use those horses in your multi-race wagers, I wish you the best of luck there, whatever you decide to do. Let's wish the folks over at Del Mar a very safe day of racing to start off their week. Let's wish ourselves some good luck and some good trips. As we know, at Del Mar, it makes a lot of difference in winning and losing. So we'll hope for some good trips. So as always, I thank you so much for watching Fast Horses today and listening to the picks. Thanks to everybody who's hit that subscribe button. If you haven't done so, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything. Think of it as like an Uber Eats that delivers to you for free. It just delivers the content to you for free on YouTube on your feed. You can like, dislike, make comments. I promise to respond to everything, and we can create a discussion. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Let's try to get this week started off in a fine fashion at Del Mar, where the turf meets the surf. Good luck to you this Friday, and we will see you for more coverage over the weekend at Del Mar. Thank you very much.